Hi and welcome back to the channel on our continuing voyage to become better blues players. My name's Mark and in this lesson we're going to look at using double stops over a 12-bar blues. So the way the lesson's going to work is you're going to see me play an example solo using a lot of double stops in a 12-bar blues over a backing track. The backing track is available as a separate YouTube video so that you can practice it over yourself. So you're going to see me play this example solo using lots of double stops, and then I'll come back on the other side, pull the licks apart one by one, show you where the double stops come from, and yeah, show you how to play it. So here's the example. So that was the example, and what I'll do now is I'll pull all the licks apart and show you them one by one. Before we start, just want to say the backing track is in the key of A. It's the same backing track we've been using for a bunch of lessons quite recently, but that's available on YouTube. See the description below if you want to get access to that. So what are we playing now? We're playing over a 12-bar blues, but what are these double stops? Well, double stops is basically playing two notes at the same time. So on guitar, we're talking about playing two different strings at the same time. And if we think about our A minor pentatonic scale, there's actually quite a lot of these that we can choose from. So if we think about the A minor pentatonic scale, okay, probably all familiar with that. If you're not, go and see one of my other videos. But you can basically pick out any time where it's quite easy to play two notes together. So start the E string and the B string, the B string and the G string, G string and the D string, A string and D string, and the low E and the A string. Okay, so what we're doing is we're talking about stacking two notes together, and minor pentatonic is quite easy for that. You can also pull out notes from the chord. So if you think of an A7 chord and you pick out the D string, sorry, the G string and the B string, you'll have this. Or you pick out the D string and the G string, you get this. Or just a regular A chord, D string and G string again. Okay, so you've basically got all of those to choose from. And probably you can find more as well. I mean, you could do, I'm doing index finger, B string, 5th fret, and little finger, top E string, 8th fret, and you get this. It's quite dirty and quite nice. So you can pick out those kind of all over the neck. And so what we're doing is we've built up a little solo where we're using a lot of those kind of things, but you can find them everywhere. Okay, so what I'll do now is I'll pull apart all the licks. As usual, Patreon supporters, you'll get a special video where you get the whole solo with the tab over at about 3/4 speed so that you can practice it and stuff. So that's going to be available for the Patreon supporters as usual for all the lessons. But what I'll do now is I'll put tab on screen, I'll go through all the licks. So lick 1 goes like this. Okay, now I'll do it nice and slow. Okay, so notes are actually playing. As you can tell, it's a bit of a kind of Chuck Berry inspired thing. We're starting G string, 4th fret, slide up to 6. Then we're grabbing the 5th fret of the B string at the 5th fret, and then the B string at the, what's that? That's the 7th fret. So far we've got this. Okay, and that little run happens just before the first beat of the first bar. So that's kind of like a little run-in section to get to the first beat of the bar, where we're going to hold down using our index finger, 5th fret, B string and E string, and we're going to slide into that and then hit it another 2 times. So that part goes like that. And don't worry about where you're sliding in from, that's not really important. The fact is that you're sliding in. Okay, so having done that, we're going to do the slide in and hit the 5th fret another, we're going to do that again, so you get this. Okay, so put together everything we've got so far, you get this. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab 8th fret top E string and the 7th fret of the B string. I'm going to grab those and just bend them slightly sharp. Not much, no, we're not going for a whole bend, just kind of bending them slightly out of tune to make them sound quite dirty. Okay, and then we're going to come off back to 5th fret, still on those top 2 strings. Okay, then what we're going to do is I'm using my ring finger to hold down the G and the B string at the 7th fret, play that, and then off to the 5th fret with my index finger of those 2 strings. Okay, and that's going to be a little feature of this solo, that using those 2 fingers on those 2 strings. Okay, so having done that, actually while I'm holding down the 5th fret with my index finger, I'm going to use my middle finger to hammer on the G string onto the 6th fret, while still trying to let the B string ring out. So you get that. Okay, now if you don't manage it and you end up killing that B string, it's not really a problem. But I try to let it ring out. Okay, so that first section then goes like this. And then the second section goes like this. And then we end simply 7th fret of the D string. Okay, so the whole lick one more time, nice and slow. Okay, that was lick 1. Lick 2, and that will be played over the kind of the A chord, the opening 2 bars of the 12-bar blues. Lick 2 now goes like this. Okay, and so what we're doing is we've got the double stops. You can just listen to the piece to hear the actual timing of the strumming of this. But basically what we're doing is we're taking a shape that starts, we're just using our middle finger and index finger. And we're going to start, and this is just on the G and the B string. We're going to start on fret 9 and fret 8 of the G and B string respectively. And we're going to slide in there. So you basically slide, hit, slide, hit. Okay, so you guys. Okay, and then you slide in, and I think I hit it like 3, maybe 4 times in the example. And then what you do is you move that shape, but now you're moving it up so that your index finger is on the B string on the 10th fret, and your middle finger is on the G string at the 12th fret. And I think I hit it like 4 more times there. And then you take the same shape and move it up, 14th fret on the G string and 13th fret on the B string, and I think I hit that 3 times then. Okay, so that's kind of how that goes, and you're just walking that shape up, so you're getting those double stops, you're just moving them up the neck, kind of just walking up those pentatonic notes. That's all it's doing. Okay, so that was lick 2. Lick 3 now goes like this. Okay, and the way I'm playing that is 7 on the G and B, pull off to 5 on the G and B. 7 on the D, back to 5 on the G and B string, to 7 on the G and B string. Then hitting the 5 on the G and B one more time. And then we basically repeat the whole thing. And then we end 7 on the D string before grabbing 5 at the top E on the top E and B string and then sliding it off. Okay, so one more time, nice and slow. So then we're up to lick 4, and lick 4 goes like this. really kind of classic blues lick, sliding in to the 9th fret, and then 9th fret on the G string and 8th fret on the B string. So then what I do is I grab the 8th fret again on the B string before going 9 on the G string down to 7. So far we've got this. Okay, then 5 on the G to 7 on the D. Okay, one more time, nice and slow. Lick 5 now goes like this. Okay, and the way this is playing, this is basically almost identical to lick 3. So again, G and B strings, 7, pull off to 5 to 7 on the D. 5 on the G and B to 7 on the G and B, back to 5 on the G and B. And again. And 7 on the D string. But this time, then just end the whole lick with one more, which is 5 on the D and G string. Okay. I think in the actual solo, I think I just hit the D string and not the D and G together, but you can do it however, it doesn't matter. So lick 5 goes like this. So then we get into lick 6. So lick 5 was actually over the E and the D chords. Lick 6 now is over the turnaround. So that's the A to E chords, and it goes like this. Okay, so a little bit similar to lick 1, but not quite the same. We're going to start 7th fret on the G string, bend it up a whole tone, and then we're grabbing 5th fret on the top B and E string and hitting it 3 times. So you get this, and then you do that again. And then you do 7 on the G and B, to 5 on the G and B, to 7 on the D, finally ending on 7 on the A. Okay, so the whole lick, nice and slow. Okay, and that's the whole lesson. Hope you enjoyed that. Big thanks to the Patreon supporters who make all this possible by paying for the camera and the lights and everything else. Tab is available if you send me an email, details in the description below. Send me an email, call it something like Double Stops Lesson, and I'll email you back the tab. Please check out my other lessons if you like things like this, because I got loads of other lessons in this kind of style. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you again.